Hello everybody, I'm Anthony.
Oh, and I'm Rachel.
And welcome to episode 74 of Taking Control. Rachel and I are back at the desk here in front of everybody at the office to bring you a very special episode of Taking Control where Rachel and I are talking about a topic that I think is near and dear to both of our hearts. And that's
yeah, I want to say
shopping.
more than Anthony, but you know, whatever.
It'll be fun. But what we want to do this episode is, like we said last week, go over kind of the holiday season and how that impacts businesses, primarily from an e-commerce perspective, but also just businesses in general. So Rachel and I have a lot of great stats to dive into and some recommendations that we'd like to give everybody as we're kind of in the heart of the holiday season. Speaking of that, though, Rachel has a few important announcements to make regarding what I see on the holidays.
The most important thing that we're going to talk about today.
Yes.
Our holiday party is coming up.
Can't wait.
Everyone should have received invitations. We're calling people now. We really want to celebrate what a great year 2018 was.
It's been awesome,
with our clients, with our viewers. It's next Friday, the 14th, from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock at Cottage Green in the Northeast Philly. Address is on the Facebook. All the information is on the Facebook. If you would like to RSVP, you can RSVP on Facebook, or you can shoot us an email, Anthony, myself, or just make it easy, holidays@oneseo.com.
Super easy.
Yeah, super easy. It's a really great time. I feel like we've had some really good.
Yeah, this will be my fourth one.
Since the one I planned.
They're incredible. They really are a lot of fun. It's awesome to get everybody behind us here at the office, all together outside of these walls, but then also our friends and family are there. Of course, our clients are there. Their friends and family are there. It's a lot of fun to kind of get everybody together. A lot of times clients will see emails come through. They'll hear us on the phone, but it's nice to be able to
put a face to a name
take a step
and
back. Yeah.
Really celebrate.
Yeah, and really get to know them. So.
And then going a step further, we have our Holiday Hearts Drive coming up that kind of goes hand in hand with our holiday party, but it's one of my philanthropic events that I love to do every year.
Absolutely.
So this year we're pairing with the Bucks County YWCA, and any gift that you bring to the party, you bring to the office, are going to be donated to local Bucks County kids. And we're really excited about it. We always do this every year, and every year it's very successful. So yeah, I'm excited.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah, I think it's just an unwrapped or an open, an unopened gift, rather, or bag of gifts if you want to be really jolly this year. But no, it's great. You'll be able to see kind of the pile of toys that grow at the party, and then people dropping things off at our office. And it's really special to Lance and the One SEO team here to be able to kind of give that and work with the YWCA. So
absolutely. So that's all I have, but let's get on it.
Yeah, awesome. So speaking of the holiday season, we are about 2 weeks away from the Cyber 5 that they call it, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all the way through Cyber Monday. Those 5-day stretch. We're about 2 weeks away, or past that rather. And already 2018 has seen record-breaking numbers, and it's not really a surprise because if you look at last year broke 2016's records. It's going to kind of continue to trend. And one of the biggest things that Rachel and I noticed was throughout all these surveys and all these studies and everything that was done, the biggest kind of factor is just what they call consumer confidence, and that's just that. Really, it's at an all-time high. People of all ages are feeling the most comfortable they've ever felt with buying things online, and certainly websites like Amazon and Walmart and Target help because there's already that confidence when you buy on a bigger website. But even just your smaller shops, like people that sell boutique goods or niche items.
Me. I buy boutique goods all the time.
Yeah, but on these like smaller sites that just sell a few products, people are willing to kind of give their information to purchase that way. And I think that was probably one of the most interesting stats to me, was just the consumer confidence across the board.
Yeah, that also can go into, I'm sure Anthony and I will touch on it later, but the importance of reviews.
Right.
So if you have a website, small business website, e-commerce website, whatever that is, really encourage your shoppers to leave reviews because that's just going to encourage more shoppers. Obviously, I won't buy an article of clothing before I read the review. So it's having that confidence in your product, but then also having the confidence that it's going to be a successful purchase. Yeah,
your customers can honestly go to work for you from a marketing perspective. When you talk about trying to generate content for your products, like you look at Amazon, products that have thousands of reviews, that's just content that supports the product that's being sold. It helps generate all that buzz. And then like Rachel mentioned, I can't think of someone that wouldn't want to look at the reviews if they're there before they actually purchase something, just because it's just such an important component nowadays with how we buy online. And having access to all that information certainly helps the rise of that consumer confidence that we were talking about. But to kind of break down a little bit of what type of numbers we're seeing this year from an online, real quick, Rachel, I'm sure you've bought something online since Black Friday or Thanksgiving?
Come on.
Over on more than 5 different websites?
No, I think I'm 3.
Okay. I bought a lot so
Unfortunately,
far.
though, they're all for me. I bought no gifts. If I'm being fully transparent,
That's something we want to just keep to ourselves.
I literally bought
But
everything for myself. So friends and family,
they're coming.
They're coming.
It's payday tomorrow, so Rachel will get you then.
but no, I got earrings and shoes and some tops. Okay, go ahead, Anthony.
Anyway, so looking at the Cyber 5, which is a term that I just found out about. I really didn't know it was called. I think it's awesome.
That's so great to like categorize those few days.
And it really kind of it breaks down the experience now, where before it was like Black Friday, and then it kind of extended to like, okay, Thanksgiving night and Black Friday, and now it's like Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and now it's just that whole weekend. You know, there's just sales. Before you know, it's going to be November in general. But just looking at those 5 days, 19% growth in e-commerce spend just in general from last year, which, you know, 19%, that's a pretty massive number. I mean, you're talking about a 1/5 growth there. Looking to kind of put it into perspective, Cyber Monday, as far as online sales, no surprise, it's the biggest day. $7.75 billion were spent were made that day. Black Friday taking a slight second with $6.25 billion. So Cyber Monday, Black Friday, and to kind of put that into perspective, when you look at Amazon Prime Day, which is
supposed to be their biggest
massive
sale day of the year. We have a lot of people in the office that participate. I try to participate every year just because it's that extra incentive if you're a Prime user.
It's insane, yeah.
And I'm actually surprised at the difference between this number because they really hype up. Amazon does a good job of hyping
and it's
up the Prime Day.
and Prime Day is purely online, so you'd think that those numbers are really high. Prime Day gets about 4.2 billion, so it's slightly less than your Black Friday, and it's even more less than Cyber Monday. So to kind of put it into perspective, those 2 days, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, dominate right now as far as online sales are concerned. Taking it a little bit of a step further, as far as the holiday season as a whole is concerned, looking at 2018 this year compared to last year, they are expecting about a 17% growth overall. So we know where people are shopping. It's important to kind of, and Rachel and I will break all this down later, but it's important to know and be in front of where your shoppers actually are. And that's realistically, that's on our phones, that's on our computers and things like that.
But then it's also kind of giving a traditional twist here. It's if you still have people coming to your brick and mortar store. If you still have that foot traffic going in. I know like every year my church does the Giving Tree, and I am so against buying something from a website for my parish's Giving Tree. So, some local shops, they may see more, foot traffic rather than online traffic. So, really just goes to understanding your audience, understanding your consumers, and how to best reach them. Is it a flyer in the mail? Is it a poster? Or is it email marketing? Is it social media, etc.? Which I'm super excited to break these down. We're going to get into that. We have some great tips and tricks for y'all today.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And, one last stat we wanted to get into, because when you think of kind of the bigger players in the space, and this isn't to obviously deter anybody, but when you look at, the Amazons and the Walmarts of the world, like...
And the Targets.
And the Targets, because they did come in third, when they...
So they made it.
They did. They snuck in there. The survey was done on consumers, and they basically were able to check off all that applied. So, there was a list of stores out there, everything from Staples to Walmart or whatever it might have been. And it was basically check all the stores that you've shopped online at this holiday season so far. 57% of all the consumers said Amazon. That was number one. That's pretty obvious, not a surprise there. Over half going to Amazon. 32% had touched on Walmart.
See, I'm super surprised about that.
I think it's just the hyper-competitive shipping that they can offer.
And
the same with Target. We talked about that last time.
Layaway is really big.
Layaway is still really big, which is interesting.
I don't Layaway.
And then Target was about 20% of consumers had shopped online at Target. And again, I think, we actually, one of the talking points I wanted to get to later was how you can kind of compete with the crazy shipping options that a lot of the bigger players are able to offer. But when you look at these three, I think all three of these, including Target, have some type of like free 2-day shipping through the holiday season, which is certainly one of the reasons why I'm sure a lot of people are shopping online at Target and Walmart and so on.
I know. Anthony and I talked about this. I want to say it was before Thanksgiving, and it was just the Target incentives that they were giving. You get free 2-day holiday shipping. Amazon is giving it to all their Prime users. I'm still really interested to see the feedback on people who pay to be Prime users.
Like the red,
well, of course I have a red card, but I don't get any sort of different incentive for my red card than regular Target shoppers do. And that's the same with my Amazon account. I pay 100, I think it's 120 now to be a Prime shopper. But now everybody's getting my deal. What different incentive do I get? So just kind of speaking that into the universe, seeing if you guys have feedback. Comment below. Let us know what you think if you are red card holders, or I don't know if Walmart has a rewards program.
I'm sure they do. It's probably through their finance.
Prime members. I think everybody nowadays are.
I'm an avid Prime free trial member.
Oh,
I just keep.
That's cheating. At Amazon Prime.
Perfectly fine.
Anthony Kane cheats.
So anyway, but no, that's a great point because a lot of these people do pay 12 months a year for these different type of incentives, and of course, I can't blame a lot of these big companies for trying to take advantage of getting people to shop on their website.
I'm just super interested what y'all think.
I think Rachel's a little bitter as well.
I mean, I love Prime, but
nothing's gonna stop you.
Getting free shipping for you and free shipping for you. Nothing's gonna stop me. I literally bought shoes during lunch, so.
Rachel is full steam ahead this holiday season. She's gonna have a lot of gifts to herself under the tree. But
God, treat yourself.
So what Rachel and I wanted to do, and like we mentioned, was some of these bigger players are obviously out there, but there's thousands and thousands of businesses that have awesome, unique products that can be sold online that rely on an e-commerce website to sell their products online. This time of year is obviously a huge piece of that, and we kind of wanted to go over a few different things in regards to what you can do. We're already in the midst of the holiday season, but there's still a lot to be taken advantage of, even just kind of throughout this holiday season and then onward. Even
for the
after that.
shoppers like me.
Exactly.
You haven't started.
But before we dive into some of our personal tips and preferences, we wanted to let everybody know that on our website, wannasehare.com/blog. So on our blog, you can actually, we put together this really awesome holiday checklist for e-commerce websites. Yeah, the team that worked on that did a fantastic job, and yeah, snaps to them.
Snaps to them. No, fave teams.
It seriously is awesome, and you can simply download it right there on the blog. You'll get a really comprehensive, this long PDF that kind of covers, honestly, a ton of different facets. So even if you don't do PPC or you're not that into social media, there's tips, there's recommendations for pretty much everybody in there. I seriously recommend. Again, that's just right on our blog. It's our holiday checklist for 2018. But jumping into some of our stuff, one of the things, being the director of SEO here, one of the things right off the top of the bat that I would say from an e-commerce perspective is to obviously make sure your website and your products are set up from an organic perspective. Making sure that people, A, who know the name of your product or who know what it is already, can certainly find you if they're looking for it, but B, making sure you're targeting those keywords where maybe they don't know your brand or they don't know what the exact product is, but they're looking for something like it. Like they're looking for sofa cover or whatever it might be. They don't know your brand, but you sell sofa covers. We need to make sure that, you're optimized for different variations of the way that people are searching. And I say it almost every week, but the way people are searching is constantly changing.
Oh, absolutely.
You talk about voice search, you talk about the way people are typing in whole sentences now, and they're trying to describe things and trying to say, like, what's that thing from, that's in this movie? Like they're trying to find things in weird ways, and being able to optimize for all these different variations and understanding that, the way Rachel searches is different than the way that I search and it's different than the way Dylan searches, just being able to understand that I think can go a long way just right off the bat.
Oh, absolutely.
So one of the things that I think is really important, it's probably the biggest component for me, and just as a shopper, is just how the product looks. Amazon, it's the worst when you click on a product, and honestly this rarely happens, but if you click on a product and there's just one image, there's no alternate,
and it's like that really awkward, straight on angle.
Yeah.
You don't get angles, there's no 360 video.
I just lose a little bit of trust for some reason, right off the bat.
I jump.
Yeah, Rachel's out. But having high quality photos, and they don't have to be crazy. You don't have to get a fancy camera or anything like that, but just make it look nice. Have a high quality photo, nice lighting, whatever it is, a white background, and then take different pictures. Have a picture of somebody using the product if it's applicable, or have videos of your products and lifestyle videos of people using the products. That kind of stuff. I think we're so visual nowadays, and we're going to get into Instagram later, but it's just such a huge component, even from a website perspective, to have these high quality shots.
Not to continue to hype up Amazon, but here I go continuing
there
to
you
hype up Amazon. One of the things that I really like is the lifestyle uses. So when someone buys them and writes a review, they can post a picture of the item, not just on the white background and things like that. So you'll really be able to see. I guess I'm thinking more of clothing materials, but you'll really be able to see the lifelike style, and if does it fit that body type? If it's going to fit my body type, does it look cheap? If it's decor, or if it's kitchen pots. I don't know why that was the first thing that came to mind.
But that's a great point too. When you think about, I like the lifestyle kitchen pots. I like the lifestyle pictures the best because it's so hard for me to understand dimensions on the internet. Like when they say 14 by 11 by 8, I don't really recognize. I need to be able to see somebody holding the laptop, you know, in their hand or something
Or
like that.
a purse, because you know that's what I buy.
Or a purse, or a kitchen pot. You'd be able to see how big the actual product is compared to a body. I think that helps a lot of people.
Y'all know we're definitely live, because I'm literally still laughing, and then you said the word kitchen pot live.
Kitchen pot. So one of the things that I think you can kind of trick people into a little bit, and this is, you know, sort of unique, but we talk about Amazon having crazy shipping options and Target having crazy shipping. You know, I'm not saying that you need to offer free shipping, but there's things that you can do that kind of trick the user in a sense, where you'll see a lot of smaller sites that'll do free shipping on orders over $50,
yep,
or free shipping on orders over $100.
Unfortunately, yep.
And if you can do things like that, you know, to get Rachel to throw something else into her cart to get the free shipping.
$200 worth of jewelry that I don't need, but I need the free shipping. But it works.
It works because people see that free shipping. They don't really, you know, read into the whole thing.
No, clearly not. I was going to make the point of sometimes it's beneficial because then you get the shoppers coming and buying more things from your site for multiple people, just checking off their list. I'm unfortunately a different case, but I think that's a really good.
Rachel sees free shipping on orders over 100 as a challenge. And she gets free shipping.
But actually, though, if we're gonna hype up stores, Old Navy likes to throw in free shipping once in a while, and I'm way over that.
But when you look at like the buzzwords like free shipping, even if you kind of tweak it a little bit to be on orders over, you know, $50 or for, on all domestic orders or whatever it might be, that's a great way to certainly kind of impact people. Moving right along, so pivoting a little bit to social media, and this is one of the reasons why I think that checklist that we have on our blog is so great, because it goes into Facebook, it goes into Instagram. To say about
this one. Y'all should get real excited.
But something that I think a lot of people don't really know about is the Facebook shops and the Facebook stores that you're able to open up. You're able to list your products and show pictures and everything like that. It's an interesting kind of platform, and when you look at over 2 billion active users on Facebook, you know, why not kind of shift that direction and get your products on Facebook that way as well?
It's almost, I almost want to coin the term no-brainer. If
it is a no-brainer.
If most, like let's say, I don't know, even like lowball, like 80% of your shoppers are on Facebook, like that's another way. It's easier for the consumer.
That's a lowball too.
You know, that's a way lowball, but you know, it's a no-brainer. Not to sound like you and Lance, but it's a beautiful opportunity that you can jump on and take advantage of, and you get the conversion. The consumer doesn't even have to go on your site. So,
and it's come a long way, Facebook Shop. You know, there's a ton of integrations now where maybe you sell on eBay, you sell on Amazon, you have a website, you know, your Facebook Shop can actually integrate with a lot of these platforms as well. So if you're worried about inventory management, like, well, what if it sells over here? Do I have to take it off my website? Like, there's a lot of great ways that Facebook Shop can kind of integrate, and it's come such a long way. And the number of people who are buying things, you know, Facebook's trying, honestly, they're trying to go the direction of to be able to sell cars on Facebook and to sell all these crazy things on Facebook.
That would be scary.
They're full steam ahead, and you know, for when you look at like Etsy and those types of stores, like Facebook Shop, I think could be right there as well. If you have a really cool, you know, niche product, that's kind of a great place to get in front of users as well.
It's also just really good with your ads. You know, Facebook does an amazing job of audience targeting and advertising. So really use advantage all the tips and tricks we've given you on Facebook, all the tips and tricks that you guys have found out on Facebook. Use that to your advantage and get the products in front of the consumers you want.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, Rachel just brought up a good point of Facebook ads and kind of integrating nicely with your Facebook store, and that goes a step further when we shift right into Instagram as well, because we know that Instagram runs through Facebook Ads Manager, and when you think about like e-commerce and, you know, products and showing off, and we just talked about lifestyle photos, and if you've got great photos, that's the place I personally think to really kind of hit home. And that's Instagram. You know, people touch their phones or are on their phones, I think, an average of like 52 times or whatever it is a day. And a lot of that time is spent on social media, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram. I know for me, it's the first social app I go through is Instagram. I don't know about you. Is that you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are, honestly.
Twitter, because I'm the last person in the world that still uses that, but like I'm literally gonna fight for it until it dies.
And when I don't use Twitter anymore. But
I love my Twitter.
But when, you know, we're gonna talk about remarketing, but when you think about, you know, this time of year, everybody's shopping on 1,000 different websites. They're looking at products, and the next thing you know, you can now hit them on Instagram. And if they didn't buy it or whatever it might be, hit them again with another type of angle or another type of video or whatever it might be. Like, Instagram's an awesome platform for e-commerce. I think right now just about every one of my sponsored ads is for like a product to actually buy.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, as we started talking about ways to advertise on Instagram, you know, showing a photo, there's a lot, like you can do a lot of cool content with that.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite boutiques in York, so good old York, PA, where I went to school, Elizabeth and West. They are running this super awesome sale where they're doing, it's like 12 days of deals. So every day the CEO, or the founder, CEO, and then just a few employees will pick one item. And you have to follow the Instagram to see the one item, and then you get a surprise coupon code. So you never know
cool.
what it's going to be, but you know me, I've now checked, what are we, 4 days in? I've now checked every single day and didn't purchase yet. But that's really
make it
cool.
to day 6 or 7.
Yeah, we'll see. That's really cool content that you can use, you know, to advertise your products. Gift your consumers a coupon, but you still got to pay the shipping. I still have to pay that shipping.
That's all right though. But no,
utilizing the cool content besides just like remarketing and advertising, there's ways to incorporate your organic followers and your brand on Instagram more than you know.
I was going to say, you know, one of the things that Rachel and I were going to wrap up with at the end was just kind of thinking outside the box, and I think that's a great way, you know, because not only does it, well, no, it's a great example because it ties right into Instagram, and like you said, it kind of encourages people to follow the brand, you know, outside of the holiday season, and it also is a unique way to try to sell your products because you're offering a ridiculous deal on a certain product each day.
My college is doing that too. I almost think FIMU is. They're doing like 12 days of deals or something, and like you go back for a new deal, and then, you know, in your Instagram stories you can actually link the product. You click on the link, and
that's
then
big now too.
It swipes up and you can buy it right from that page, so you don't even have to go to the website. It's all so simple. Take my money.
It's awesome. So something that I think a lot of people kind of forget about that aren't e-commerce this time of year is just email marketing. And I wanted to step back for a second outside of e-commerce as well. It's obviously massive for e-commerce. You have something in your cart, you don't check out. Companies can hit you with a, you know, did you forget to finalize your checkout?
And then they
you
give
left
you
these
that
items,
special like 10% coupon code that really pushes you to buy.
You left these things in your cart, you know, come back and check out, we'll give you 10% off or whatever it might be. But even just your service-based businesses, I think this is a great time of year where everybody is kind of evaluating things, everybody's kind of taking a step back, but it's great to kind of have just a more human approach and send an email to your clients or send an email to your customer list and, you know, wish them a happy holidays or whatever it might be. I think it's a great time, it's a great touch point, but then it extends outside of just e-commerce as well.
Oh, absolutely. I think email marketing is overlooked a lot, and I think right now it's really beneficial to use, not even just to say like, hey, here's the newest sale, but like you said, like, thanks for helping us have a really great 2018. Looking forward to what's coming in the future, and I think we're gonna touch on it is really just the wrap-up videos, which I love. That's so we're shifting right into videos, and like Rachel said, this is the end of the year, so there's a lot of opportunity, and we say it all the time, but videos can be so intimidating to a lot of businesses and a lot of small businesses, or maybe they don't have the resources, but it's come so far, and there's so many different ways to kind of have your own touch and your own twist on a video, and still have it be personal, whether it's a message to your customers or whether you're, you know, doing something quirky around the office for the holidays, it's funny or whatever it might be. I think there's a lot of different great ways to kind of incorporate video, and you mentioned not just always selling in these types of emails, but more just taking a step back and saying thanks for a great year. You know, here's what kind of happened this year, and here's what we're looking forward to for the next year. One of my favorite videos I think we've done here at One SEO was our a year in bloopers. Which
That's a good one.
If y'all can go back and find it, I really recommend that you do, because it's just kind of a look behind of all the fun that we have here and fun with our clients, and almost brings us down more to a personal level, you know? Like, yes, we're your digital marketing agency, or yes, we're your partners, but we're also your family, we're your friends, you know, you're part of the One SEO family, and we love to showcase that. I think also, I want to say 2 or 3 years back now, we did kind of our expectations of digital marketing in 2019. So it's not so much salesy, but now it makes that email marketing in that video more informational, what to look forward to, you know, what trends you can see, how to get excited for your campaigns in 2019, things like that. Content really is just like the world is your oyster. It's just kind of clean slate new year. It
seriously is, and you know, we're a digital marketing agency with an incredible video team here with tons of, you know, equipment and resources. But people, you know, we've got videos as well that are just shot on an iPhone. You know,
I think a lot of things on my phone.
We've done funny things here that are quirky, but they get the point across, and you know, people tend to like them. So I think that's an important concept where a lot of people will overlook video just because they think it is a little intimidating.
Oh yeah, and especially with the technology that, you know, everybody's phone now has this really great
camera,
like
yeah.
a camera. So you can do a lot of things on your phone. Test it out, you know, beta test it. If you try one and it's really successful, great. You know what you did worked. If you try one and you think of things you can do better, just continue to evolve your business and evolve your content.
Right.
And it can only go up from here.
Yeah, so one of the biggest probably memes or like funny things about, I think, advertising right now on the internet, you see it a lot on like Instagram and Facebook, is, you know, people joking that they thought of a product and now they're seeing it on their feed.
Oh yeah, happens
or
all the time.
like advertisers are reading your mind or they're listening to your conversations. But
you're an FBI agent, I'm sure that's like a meme that goes around.
Yeah.
It's like my FBI agent listens to you through my phone.
Yeah, no, exactly. But there's, you know, so much of that actually ties back to what we call remarketing. And, you know, a lot of people are probably familiar with remarketing. Did we just get a cameo? So a lot of people actually know about remarketing.
I'm so sorry.
Rachel, let's keep it together.
It was Ben.
I know.
Ben trips.
Ben's a hoot. But you know, all these memes about remarketing, but that's really what it is. And it's the fact that you visited a website, cookies are placed on your browser. Now when you go to ESPN or you go to weather.com or whatever it might be, you're gonna see these advertisements, you're gonna see these placements. But this time of year is really big for remarketing because you can get so granular, you know, you can get really specific as far as Rachel was looking at this product and now that product is what she's seeing in the ad. You know, there's all this dynamic remarketing that can take place where it's the exact color of shoes that you were looking at now that you're seeing in these advertisements.
And on top of that, it's competitors of that company. So, you know, let's say I bought a straightening iron from, I don't know, like L'Oreal or, you know, one of their, that's a shampoo, but I bought a straightening iron.
L'Oreal.
I left my cart, I left the straightening iron in there. Well, now other brands who sell a type of this straightener is going to also give me remarketing ads because they know I'm looking for something with this kind of heat, this kind of style, this kind of price. So it's really just impressive how even the competitors jump in, and that's why remarketing is so important. Yeah,
there's so much surrounding like similar audiences, and you know that, hey, these are type of people that like these types of things. Let's offer them, you know, the same things that other people that are like them like. But remarketing is a great opportunity. We talked about email marketing where, you know, hey, you left these things in your cart, let's nudge you in the right direction, give you 10%. Remarketing can work the exact same way where you know they were looking at that product, they obviously didn't buy it, now they're seeing it all over the internet in these advertisements. Give them 10% off or give them free shipping.
That happened to me too, with an iron.
And that's how it works, though. It just funnels you back in.
And so I bought it. So if I converted, they will definitely convert.
They will too, absolutely. So we wanted to kind of touch on, the other thing with remarketing is that it's, you know, fairly inexpensive when you compare it to a lot of the other paid platforms out there. You know, your cost per click is generally a lot lower. But in addition to that, it's just brand awareness. You know, even if they don't click on it, you're getting your products back in front of them. You're getting your brand back in front of them, and that's big, especially again this time of year for so many products.
What is there still like 3 weeks until the holiday?
Plenty of time. Yeah, no, we're right in the heart of it, like I said. But of course, Rachel and I couldn't wrap this up without touching on a little bit of our tech side here as well. And one of the things, it comes up, you know, this time of year. I think it's a very important time of year for this as well. And that's just that from both the consumer side, but also the seller side. Yeah, you want to be careful. Right, I know what you meant. But so suppose let's start with the shoppers that are out there buying things. You know, we talked about consumer confidence, that's important, but a lot of that comes from the security that's been put in place on all these big websites as well. We know Amazon's going to take care of our information, or we trust that Amazon's going to take care of our information. We trust that Walmart is too. If you're a smaller site or you're a smaller website, you have to kind of convey that same that same attitude. You have to have the HTTPS. Make sure your site's secure, especially if you're taking payment information. A lot of sites will offer the ability to pay with PayPal.
That's the point I was going to make. So not only PayPal, but they're also doing Amazon Pay now. Where
I didn't see that.
Yeah, this I was super excited to talk about because this is where I bought my Black Friday earrings from. So it was a small boutique. What happened was they gave me the option to go through PayPal, to go through Shopify, or to go through Amazon Pay. And I had never paid through Amazon Pay, so I was like, why not? Let's try it.
Let's do it.
It takes you off the website to your Amazon page, you sign in, and then it gives you your shipping options, your payment options, whatever. So if you have an Amazon credit card, pay with the Amazon credit card.
Yeah.
So now brands are getting so smart, and they're they're trusting their shoppers to shop through like a more trustworthy platform. Amazon, PayPal, Venmo.
And I think that speaks.
Banks. There's another bank one that I don't remember.
I don't know. I'd have to, but I do think it speaks volumes from a consumer perspective. If you're on a smaller site that you've never been to before, and to see that they're, I have the option to pay through PayPal, and I know that if anything goes awry, I can work through PayPal to get a refund or whatever it might be. I think that's a huge trust factor right there. We talked about reviews before. If you're a Yes or No website as well, it's important to get reviews and testimonials up on your site, whether it's the products, whether it's the service, whether it's how fast you ship out your products. Just kind of have people go to bat for you right there on your site. All these things are going to help people kind of end up at the end of the conversion funnel ultimately. And I think that that's big. But yeah, just from a business perspective, if you are taking information, you're taking people's credit card information, you're taking people's addresses, phone numbers. Make sure that you're doing everything possible to keep that information safe. To again build that trust with your audience over time. And then from a shopper perspective, just be careful with where you're creating accounts. Be careful with where you're kind of shopping online. We're not trying to scare anybody from shopping online, but just kind of be aware of the different tells to look for there.
Yeah, and I mean, Anthony, we do this every week. We stand on our soapboxes and preach to y'all how, securing your website, securing your business is so important. So now it's just, think of it as extra security, as putting like your clients' trust, your consumers' trust into you, because then they're going to turn around and give you a good review.
Right.
They're going to share their experiences with their friends, their neighbors, their daughters, etc. And in the end, it's just going to build your business not only around the holiday time. So it's really no-brainer. Secure your site.
Get secure.
Get secure.
Well, that wraps it up. Like I said, Rachel and I really just kind of went over the tip of the iceberg here. There's an incredible holiday e-commerce checklist that I really encourage everybody to go check out. It's on our blog, oneseo.com/blog, and you can download the full PDF. It'll be yours to keep, and feel free to use it as much as you want. We hope that, we encourage everybody to go and check that out because, like I said, it's really well done.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It really is some great stuff there.
But this has been an awesome episode 74. Rachel, it's been fun.
As always. Sorry I got distracted. Y'all can tell we're really live.
It is perfectly fine. Well, everybody have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you next week for episode 75. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.